number of head coaching jobs open, including the one at LSU. Texas A&M coach Jimbo Fisher has downplayed any interest in that job. He's considered a potential target. Of course, they let Ed Orgeron go, or Will said he will leave after the 2021 season, and Fisher has been at LSU previously.
I love being here. This is the job I wanted. I'm being here. I got a great contract. I have an unbelievable chancellor, have an unbelievable president, unbelievable AD. That we're building something. We're recruiting great players. I really believe we're on the process of building something great. I plan on being here and fulfilling this contract and doing everything. My family has roots here. I got ranches here. I hunt here. I love everything about this place. I coached there. It was a great place. We won national championships. It is one of the best, best places. It's a wonderful place. I love being an A&M, and I plan on being an A&M here and fulfilling my whole contract. I love everything about this place.
Okay, well, guess who else said thanks but no thanks? Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney, and to be direct, in fact, Dabo said he's just not interested in any other Death Valley other than the one where he is currently employed. We also know these are often fluid situations. Things can change. Right now, though, those coaches say they'll stay put. Listen, Greg, interesting timing, because I think on the surface of things you say, hey, this LSU program has been struggling. They got a big win, right? They got what they wanted. It was that backs against the wall mentality, and yet they say, hey, Coach O not coming back next year. Were you surprised at the timing?
Not at all, because the decision, Wendy, was made after the game against UCLA. It just took several weeks to figure out how they were going to part ways, and if you actually watched the team, there were bouts of inconsistency that was just kind of difficult to stomach, whether it be the second half performance against Auburn, how they played throughout the course of the entire game against Kentucky, and then how they played so beautifully against Florida. To have that level of inconsistency, it essentially forced Scott Woodward's hand, and I think they had to make the decision now because there's enough talent on this roster, Des, to essentially win 3, 4, maybe even 5 games in a row. So if they were to get to a point in which this team was, say, on a hot streak, then how do you get rid of Ed Orgeron when you know ultimately for the long-term health of the program you have to part ways? So very difficult situation, but I actually think it's been handled quite well by both Ed Orgeron and the administration at LSU.
You know what, Greg, I happen to agree, and I would also say this. At some point, just answering the question is a distraction. At least now, look, we've told you what's happening. We know what's to come. And, Des, I'm not going to ask you who, okay, because we got college reporters on the ground. They can tell us the names, and we've seen some usual suspects. What I will say to you is what kind of coach, what's the profile of a head coach at LSU that can be successful?
I like that, Wendy. We got boots on the ground, so we're going to get some names soon.
We're there.
We're talking about a personality. I think you're going to have to hire someone with a very strong personality. And listen, everybody thinks that their program is special, but this is a very unique type of program down there in Baton Rouge. It's going to take a person with a unique personality. That's why everyone thought at the time, well, a lot of people thought at the time that Coach O for the job. Strong personality, maybe some sort of ties to not only the SEC, but to Baton Rouge, to LSU. Maybe have coached there before as an assistant coach, and someone that can be, as all coaches need to be, an excellent recruiter who can bring in the staff, though, Wendy, that can develop the talent. Greg just talked about how much talent they have on the roster, but they're not performing to that level. So this next coach is going to have to bring in a tremendous supporting cast of assistant coaches so they can develop that talent.
And you know what, Des? Not just the talent they have access to. I mean, that is a football-rich part of the country, and recruiting will no doubt be paramount, as it is for most programs. So we'll wait and see. But again, Coach O not coming back at the conclusion of the 2021 season.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.